What's up, everybody? Trent Smith here on YouTube, and in this video we're going to be trying to fix busted up paddleboard. This is my Leader Accessories inflatable paddleboard. I've had it for several years. About 6 months ago, it busted on me. One of the seams on the end just, I don't know, broke loose. I wasn't paddling it or anything. I literally was getting ready to take some photos, and I leaned it up against the fence and laid it on its side. I came back a few minutes later, and it was deflated, and I was like, man, what's up with my paddleboard? And then I got to take a closer look, and sure enough, one of the seams had busted. Let's see if I can find where that seam is. Really haven't done much with the board since then. I think it's on your side. I had to put air in it to pressurize it to make the seam fail again. Did it stick back together on its own? There's no way. Screw it, we're gonna air it up. That's all I knew to do. And I got something to do that with, hang on. Here's that. Here it is, found my pump. Never actually used it. It's the Outdoor Master, the Shark electric SUP inflatable pump. They sent it to me a while back. And this is a great time to get it going, right? Cigarette lighter plug. Well, I don't want that. I want to plug it to a wall, an outlet. Oh man, is it cigarette lighter only? Well, guess we're not using that then, are we? Fix that idea. We'll be great if that pump would do both. It's okay, I got another way. There it is. I see it now. Yep. Oh, if you guys ever pump up with an air compressor like I do, you need this little fitting here. If you get on Amazon or somewhere, they have a few different options for these fittings. Be sure you get one that can go into your inflatable paddleboard. It's kind of a universal adapter or fit there. And then you want one where you can hook a tire inflation tool to. But the important thing is the gauge on here, so that you know what PSI you're blowing your board up to. Because some of them don't have that. So with those, you're just kind of inflating it. You don't know what the PSI is, so you got to pop it off and take your manual pump and plug it in to check the PSI. This solves that problem for a couple more dollars. All right, let's take a look at this issue here. So if you look right down here near the back of the board, right on the top, you can see where the seam failed. They have about a 4.5, 5-inch little failure point. So we're gonna try and glue that back together very carefully and hope it holds as we inflate it back. All right, I want you all to know that I've never done this type of repair before. I've read about it a little bit or seen a few Facebook posts about how people do it online. So I'm gonna give it my best shot. Pretty sure I'll do everything right, but I'm not sure it's gonna hold. All right, so what we're gonna need for this project, I guess the main ingredient is the glue. This is very special. This is H66 vinyl cement glue. All right, you can get this on Amazon or somewhere, but it's supposed to be super strong, waterproof, flexible bonds for vinyl coated and vinyl laminated fabrics. Blah, blah, blah. Excellent for patching and sealing. Okay? I've got some mineral spirits for cleaning things up because you want to have good clean surfaces to bond. I got a few different clamps for clamping our repair down and some blocks to put on top and underneath our repair so we can clamp it down nice and evenly. I have some tape to prevent the glue from getting all over the board. I have some paper towels, some gloves to wear, and some sandpaper to roughen up our surfaces a little bit and clean it a little bit to help us get a better bond, hopefully. All right, so one of the most important things here is prep, and that is cleaning the surfaces and preparing them for a good bond. So first thing I'm gonna do is try the best I can to clean up the top and bottom with sandpaper a little bit. I don't know if this is really gonna do much, but I'm trying, right? Not putting too much effort on it. Just enough to get it clean. I'm not putting too much pressure on it because I don't want to, elongate our failure point. But although it feels pretty strong everywhere else. So maybe this was just one small spot where they didn't get quite as much glue. But of course I had this board for a long time and I keep them inflated pretty much. Well, this one, no, except this one. I keep a lot of my other ones inflated. Or two of them at least. All right, that'll probably do that. Let's get us a paper towel. Mineral spirits. Don't be scared to use the mineral spirits. They'll dry pretty quickly. Oh yeah. Then I'm just gonna take a clean paper towel and hit it again. Now I'm gonna take my tape and I'm just gonna put it right on the edge of my repair so that any glue that squeezes out doesn't get all over the board. All right, looks pretty clean and dry in there. Directions on this stuff. Materials may need cleaning or roughing up before cementing. Apply an even coat to both surfaces to be joined and let dry only 2 to 5 minutes. How do you let dry only 2 to 5 minutes? Press together. Bond strength will increase with age as cement sets. So I'm gonna clamp this for about 48 hours before I test it and fill it up. So let's see what we got in here. You can see my glue kind of got busted in transport or leaked in transport. So it's tough to open. Oh good, we got a brush in here. All right, so what my plan is, is to not put too much glue in there because I don't want glue to go into the inside and then, you know, glue the top of the board to the bottom of the board whenever I clamp it. Hopefully if it does get glued together as the board blows up, it'll separate. If not, whatever. I'll be sure there's not too much. All right, let's see if I can zoom you guys in without getting glue on my camera. Come on, look down. There we go. Oh, it's dripping on my board, dummy. That's what paper towels are for. All right, pay attention, Trip. All right, good thing is I can get this stuff all up on the edge. Oh, this is easy. Bottom, get the top good. Okay. Really pushed in the edges. All right, take my 2 blocks that are cut about the same length, just a little bit longer than my repair. Set one on top, one on bottom. You know what, I probably should have put tape on the top too, just so these blocks don't get glued to it, but it's too late. It looks pretty decent. Okay, I think we may have our repair done. As good as we're gonna get it. Let's give her a few days to see how she does. Maybe we'll get lucky. All right, folks, so it's been about 70 hours. Our repair's been sitting here. I think the glue is set up pretty much as good as it's gonna get. So let's pop this off and let's pump her up with air and let's see what she does. I can't tell if the top and bottom are glued together or not. So I guess we'll just have to see as we put the oil air to her. I'm gonna be blowing this up with an electric pump that I just got in the mail today. So hey, how lucky for us. This iRocker pump just came in. Let's plug her in and see how she does. Maybe it fits. I'm sure it does. And this thing even runs off a battery. Check this out. Cigarette lighter. Well, thunder out there. Turn the battery on. See, enough. I've never pumped up a board with this before, so let's put it on low. There it goes. Okay, this is cool. We can even monitor our pressure on here. Yep, she's blowing up. So you can see our repair right here with this little bit of glue bled out. Good news, the top and bottom are not glued together. It feels really good. The board's holding shape. We're at 2.5 PSI. I think we've got to go up to high now. Okay. I don't know, I didn't really read the instructions on the pump really good, but we'll see what we get. The repair seems to be holding. All right, we gotta change the PSI. It stopped at 2.5. Oh yeah, we wanna go. What we wanna pump this one to? Are we recording? We wanna pump this one to 10 PSI or 7 bar. 10. Okay. All right. Still holding, but we're gonna get some soapy water put on there and see if it's even leaking a little bit. We're gonna do that to it also. Just ran to the house, get some soapy water, and I got rained on. Give me a thumbs up for that, all right? If my sprayer works. Look at that, I'll be darned. I'm a little shocked that's not leaking. Sweet! It worked! Alright, now I gotta let a couple buddies borrow the board and take it out on an adventure. Of course, I've had this board for a long time. What's it been like? Maybe 3 years, 3 or 4 years? So, I mean, would I take it out on an overnighter? Look at this. Check this out. There's definitely a small leak there. This little joint here. It's going down a little ways. I don't know why there's even a joint there, really. That's interesting. I did the repair right here, and it's leaking here. So I wonder if the next failure point is between those 2 points. Great. Now, granted, it's probably gonna kind of have a few leaks, but I will say, you guys see in the background, I do have 2 other boards. You can see they're inflated. I leave them inflated basically all the time. I think those 2 have been inflated for like at least 2 years, maybe even longer. And whenever I go out, I check the pressures, and they really don't budge. But I have had this one and another from Aquamarina that lose their air. I know my Aquamarina board, it has a problem leaking around the valve here, and this one had a blowout. Those 2 have been good, and I kind of leave them inflated for a reason, so that maybe I will stress them a little more than you typically would, so that if they do have a failure point, I want to find it, which is why I left this inflated too. But typically, you know, if I wasn't making videos and trying to research and learn for you guys, I would just drop the pressure down just to minimal if I wanted to just leave them pretty much inflated, or I just put them back in their bag. But I'm doing this for you guys. This is the research. This is so I can share with you guys what I learned, and I can find these mistakes and make these mistakes before you guys do. All right, anybody want to buy a paddleboard? Now, I've been looking for the board to do a different kind of a test on, and that's a puncture test. And I think we may have found a guinea pig for that test. So, hope you guys subscribe to the channel and stick around, because one day we'll be stabbing this board and we'll be making a patch on it versus gluing seams back together. All right, folks, take care of yourselves. Appreciate y'all watching. Be good, get out there, and God bless. Love you.